Good afternoon. My name is Adriana Gonzalez, and today I'm going to be talking about the process of digestion as it would occur as if I were to eat a cheeseburger. And so I'm going to use this image here as a tool to help me describe the process of digestion as it goes through the digestive tract. Okay, so to start, if I were to eat a cheeseburger, first it would be broken down mechanically, and so that would occur here in my mouth. So my teeth and my tongue would work to break the food apart into smaller units to make it easier to swallow. My salivary glands would release saliva containing enzymes that would further break down the food chemically. The tongue would then help form a rounded mass of the food, also known as a bolus, and push the bolus towards the back of my mouth to be swallowed. So this would be in this area here. The pharynx assists in pushing the food, or the bolus, down into the esophagus, which would be this tube here, this long esophagus tube. And so the food would travel down the esophagus into the stomach, which is here. So once the food enters the stomach, it's mixed with the stomach's gastric juices. And the gastric juices contain the digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid, which further break down the food chemically. The food is also the stomach is also first to begin absorbing the fat-soluble substances. So this is where, and one of our quiz questions asks where drugs are absorbed when we eat them, or where they're first absorbed, and this would occur here in the stomach, and sometimes can cause issues if we overconsume the drugs because they start to mess with the stomach's lining and cause us to have ulcers. So something to be careful with. And then so from the stomach, the food is ultimately turned to chyme and transferred to the small intestine. So this is the small intestine in this area here. And in the small intestine is where most of the absorption and digestion occurs. So the small molecular units of macronutrients in the chyme are absorbed, so that includes like the fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. And in addition, most of the micronutrients and water are absorbed, so are vitamins and minerals. The accessory organs include the liver, gallbladder, and the pancreas. And so these organs aid in chemical digestion in the small intestine. So the liver produces bile salts, which act on emulsifying lipids. The gallbladder stores and releases the bile, and the pancreas produces more digestive enzymes and bicarbonate to neutralize the chyme. And this neutralization is essential for enzymatic activity to occur. And so last, from the small intestine, it's moved, or the bolus, or the food, chyme I should say, because at this point it's chyme, is moved into the large intestine. And this is where it is moved before it's completely expelled from the body, so this is its last stop. And this is where the last of the water, electrolytes, and vitamins are absorbed before being moved to the rectum to be expelled from the body as feces. And that would end here in the anus. And so that summarizes the process of digestion that occurs if I were to eat a cheeseburger or any form of food. And it's something that we shouldn't take for granted because our bodies work really hard to digest the food and also absorb the nutrients that we need to keep ourselves going. So it's fascinating too at the same time. All right, thank you. Have a good day.